Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Wow, the market is doing what the market does. Bitcoin under 20,000. Wow. Ethereum under 1,000 at one point. Craziness. Shout out to Linqto. Shout out to Linqto. They are doing their thing. I'm going to share a couple of tweets with you guys. That is for me very, very good. You guys know that I have been shouting out Linqto for their move and the decision to expand their offerings of their platform, of their amazing platform, to more and more people, right? Non-accredited, expanding that market. And I'm really, really excited. I believe they have like a couple of products that they're going to bring out that will involve more inclusion, right? We have to walk away from this accredited investor nonsense, right? And allow more people, right? We need a new 1%. So that means greater access and more inclusion for those people who need it the most. So shout out to Linqto for making that happen and continuing on that journey. They're making a lot of moves, I believe, very, very similar to Ripple, the company. So really, really excited about that. I can't wait to share that with you. Kevin and Larry has some interesting stuff to say about Celsius Network. That's very, very interesting. And oh, by the way, don't worry. No worries about that. I won't be doing any more Celsius videos. I know you guys are like, dude, get off it. So yeah, I'll keep you. When something new comes up, I'll keep you updated. But for sure, yeah, I'm done with my rant. For sure. Yeah. Very, very excited about my involvement with the Celsius Network. All right, so guys, look, the market is doing what the market does. Holy freaking moly. Let's refresh this to see what's going on. But goodness gracious, the total cryptocurrency market cap is under $1 trillion. This is very, very trying time for people that were in these heavy leverage positions. Very, very interesting to hear freaking Novogratz, who was one of the people, one of the five with these wallets, big time wallets, and on Terra. It's interesting to say that, oh yeah, indirectly we were involved. Oh my God, Novogratz. All right, guys. So look, the Bitcoin dominance is at 41.5%. And again, shout out to Blockchain Backer for catching this and noticing the fact that the dominance is going down. Like this is, the dominance for Bitcoin, 41.5%. That's hasn't been on a 42% in forever. The Ethereum is at 13.7%. Very, very interesting to see the Bitcoin Ethereum dominance going down the way that it is. And with Bitcoin going down, it's going to be very, very curious to see if the alts are going to be able to do something at all, or we just is just a bear market, and we have to wait till March of next year, spring of next year for stuff to happen. Very, very interesting to see. But the total cryptocurrency market cap is at $875 billion. $875 billion. It's going to be very, very challenging times for, I don't really care about Three Arrows Capital or Galaxy Digital. It's going to be very, very challenging time for Celsius. My thoughts and prayers are with Alex and that team there, and I hope that they're able to survive this. So I hope that they are. So my thoughts and prayers go out to that team there. I'm praying for them and I am rooting for them. Bitcoin is at $19,077. Ethereum is at $994. It's under $1,000. XRP is at 30 cents. And just double figure reds all over the place for sure. It is a very, very challenging time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. It is very, very challenging. Hopefully I'll have something from Kevin O'Leary to let you guys listen to. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting guy. I will say that. He is a very interesting dude. So, guys, look, double figure reds everywhere you turn. Let me share the link to tweets with you guys first, so I don't forget. Linqto has launched a woman investors group in an attempt to increase women's representation in private equity and in the investment world. We are hosting an inaugural virtual event on June the 23rd at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and more events to come every month. Stay tuned for details on speakers. Great job. Great job. Love that. Absolutely love that. And well, what happened to my, is it this one? What the freak? Let me see. I had another tweet that I wanted to share with you guys that I thought it was very, there it is right here. It says, Black and Latino communities don't see crypto as a risky investment. The riskiest place for us has been traditional finance. Linqto gets it. A few months ago, Ryan Coogler, the director of Black Panther, went into a bank to withdraw $10,000. And they called the police on him. And I tweeted, yeah, banking while Black commented, yeah, banking while Black is a very real thing, unfortunately. Shout out to Linqto for taking the time and the energy and the resources to share and highlight the madness that can take place for Blacks and Latinos in TradFi, right? I wear my shirt all the time. Unbank yourself for a reason. I talk about decentralized financial platforms for a reason. I talked about Celsius for a reason. These are spaces where they provide equal access to everyone. The dude made a movie in Black Panther that did hundreds of millions, if not over $1 billion. And obviously he didn't just walk into any bank. The director of Black Panther, he probably walked into a bank that he's been banking at, probably. Maybe a different branch, but probably the same bank. Yeah, and they call the police on him. So shout out to Linqto. Shout out to Linqto for pointing out the fact that this madness still goes on in this country. And we have to pay attention to this. James Rue, shout out to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well, bro. Perrian. What is our last name? I forget her last name. Boring. The DC chambers, digital chambers rather, actually mentions XRP in a letter to the SEC. So that was really, really cool. She's kind of calling out, you know, how the SEC, amongst other people who are calling out the SEC and what they're trying to do. And then these little proposals, they try to backdoor you and slip stuff in, and they're getting called out. SEC is getting called out. Senator Haggerty was on it. He's like, yeah, you're trying to be sneaky. You're trying to be sneaky. We're calling you out on it. I told you that was going to happen. I told you that more and more of people in Congress were going to begin to call out Gary Gensler, because they are the few of them realized they got hoodwinked by this dude, that he wasn't trying to move this space forward. While some of the statements, but in fact, what he was trying to do is hand this space over to his buds at Goldman's and JP Morgan. While some of these statements purport to be guidance in this area, none offer a specific framework for determining with reasonable certainty whether a digital asset at any moment in time is in fact a security, nor are they binding statements other than those specific to a particular platform like the Dow report, Turnkey Jet, and Pocketful of Quarters. Indeed, the fact that XRP has been issued and outstanding for 8 years and was treated as a currency by another United States government agency, and yet is now considered to be a security by the commission. This is a clear example of the difficulty that issuers and market intermediaries have in reasonably assessing how the commission will treat a given digital asset now or in the future. Powerful stuff, Perrian. We appreciate you doing that. It's about time that people start calling out the SEC and Chair Gensler for his madness, his nonsense. That's why I say I get on Twitter and I always tweet, hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. I'm gonna say it again. I know I've said it probably 1,000 times. Okay, this dude was not publicly elected. He was, in fact, privately selected by the powers that be, JP Morgan and the Goldman Sachs of the world. They ushered him to the front of the room and Powell said, oh, okay, cool, here you go. That's how it works. That's how it works. And although Gary Gensler is doing the bidding of the likes of JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, the banking regulators are slowing down this industry. Make no mistake about it. Shout out to Perry Ann and the Chamber of Commerce for covering that and noting the fact, indeed the fact, XRP has been issued and outstanding for 8 years and was treated as a currency by a United States government agency. I love it. And she called the commission out on their BS. Love, freaking love that. Ellen Terry is in the news here lately. She is doing her thing. Shout out to you, miss. A screenshot taken from the SEC's post-employment reference guide as an ethics reminder. Post-employment. It will be interesting to know whether Clayton and Hinman consulted the ethics office before going into their respective crypto-related post-careers. This is from criminal statute here. It says permanent bar. If you worked personally and substantially on a government matter that has specific parties, such as a contract, opinion letter, opinion letter. Mr. Hinman, examination, investigation, or litigation, you are barred permanently from communicating to or appearing before a federal employee on behalf of someone other than yourself. It's interesting that they're putting this out now, that the XRP community has called out, right? They've been busted. And Gary Gensler is trying to cover stuff up. He's trying, when I say cover up, he's trying to, he recognizes what happened and he's trying to clean it up. I'm going to give him that, clean that up. This is, you know, I don't know how long this statue has been, but my guess is they just recently done this. That's my guess. They're trying to clean it up, if you will. You are barred permanently from communicating to or appearing before a federal employee on behalf of someone other than yourself or the United States with the intent to influence that employee on that same matter. You may not switch sides on the same matter. It's a question. What does it mean to work personally and substantially on something? It's the answer. The term personal and substantial participation is to be read broadly. Most anticipation is personal and substantial. How do I know this is the little FAQ. How do I know if a matter involves specific parties? This is a complicated question and it's not always easy to tell. Your best source of action is to seek advice from the ethics office. Once you have left the agency, if a matter comes up involving the same individual's name or issues similar to names or issues involved in a matter that you personally or substantially participated in at the SEC, it is advisable to consult with the ethics office before undertaking the representation. Yeah, I mean, again, this is kind of trying to cover some tracks here. This is about William Hinman without question, and maybe possibly even Jay Clayton, and it can kind of go either way. But in either case, this feels like to me, this is about the fact that both William Hinman and Jay Clayton took places. They went on to take jobs, post jobs while they were in the SEC. You know, they did the, if you will, did something like Hinman. He did the bidding. That letter is the bidding of a company that he eventually went to go work for. Bottom line, and Gensler is trying to cover that, if you will. Let's see what else I want to cover here. Screenshot, I did that already. All right, so Stuart Alvarado on June 13th says 4 years since the infamous Hinman speech, and we're nowhere closer on knowing how to classify digital assets in the United States. Nowhere closer. keeping every crypto, including ETH including ETH, and regulatory limbo. I pinned some thoughts on Fortune, why enough is enough. Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to you. I think I might have covered that in another video, but it's worth covering again. I love Linda P. Jones. She put this. This is great. So Watch a Guru says someone transferred $57 million in Ethereum and paid a fee of $1.93, which I don't believe that to be correct. That's a transaction fee of 0.0503331. 3331. No government, bank, or third party had to verify the transaction, nor could they have stopped it if they wanted to, which is not true on Ethereum. But Linda P. Jones said that's still $1.929999 more than if they use XRP. Shout out to Linda P. Jones. That is for sure the truth and nothing but the freaking truth. Good job there. So this is interesting from Eleanor Turret as well. Eleanor Turret. This dude right here, Jay Clayton, is something else. Clayton, who now serves as an advisor for Fireblocks, a $2 billion crypto custody firm, also shared that he now believes government agencies should not take a one-size-fits-all approach to crypto regulation. The more gigs he gets in the crypto community, the more he starts to do their bidding, just like he did the bidding of JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs while he was at the SEC. Unfreaking believable. Listen to let's see. Listen to, hold on a second. Listen to Jerome Powell here. Rapid changes are taking place in the global monetary system that may affect the international role of the dollar. Now, just a heads up, and hopefully I'll be able to find a video in the next video. Kevin O'Leary says this, the stable coin and this whole thing with Circle can be a great thing for the US dollar. We all know that, right? Because we've been in crypto for a while, but they are starting to understand it. Right? Rapid changes are taking place in the global monetary system that may affect the international role of the dollar. A United States central bank digital currency is being examined to help the US dollar's international standings. Yeah, I mean, you think they're going to just kind of go down without a fight? And the more and more the Fed and the US people, regulators and alike, the more and more they recognize blockchain technology, DLT technology that benefits the dollar, the more they're going to adopt it. They don't want to lose it as the world's reserve currency. Take a listen to this.
Would improve upon what is an already safe and efficient. Looking forward, rapid changes are taking place in the global monetary system that may affect the international role of the dollar in the future. Most major economies already have or are in the process of developing instant 24/7 payments. Our own FedNow service will be coming online in 2023. And in light of the tremendous growth in crypto assets and stable coins, we are examining whether a U.S. central bank digital currency would improve upon what is an already safe and efficient domestic payment system. As our white paper on this topic notes, a U.S. CBDC could also potentially help maintain the dollar's international standing. Looking forward.
Might potentially. We'll see about this whole CBDC things. The stablecoin route, I just think it's just smart, right? So Michael at Valve 5 Links put this out. Lotus Cars has announced that it has formed a new partnership with Ripple in order to bring automotive NFTs to the XRP ledger. Gots to love that. They did hear something from, look, I mean, this is the dude, again, BlackRock, Larry Fink, you know, this is the dude who has the Federal Reserve, has the POTUS, right, on speed dial. Okay, when this dude calls, they answer. Bottom line, Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink is a very large believer of a stable coin not a Bitcoin, but a stable coin based on a currency, a basket of a world currency. What do we know? What do we know of that could serve as a basket for all of the world stable coins? Rob, shout out to you, my friend. Rob, thanks for sharing this, bro. Appreciate that. And I appreciate the follow. I don't know why I was not following you, but I am following you now, bro. Let's take a listen to this. Oh man, generational wealth Wednesdays. I'm hoping to get a guy, a CPA guy who's in crypto, who talks more about trust. I'm going to start the generational wealth Wednesday off with being able to interview him. I did look to another person to try to get an interview with, and yeah, it didn't work out. So we're going to try this Tony CPA guy. Stay tuned. Generational wealth Wednesdays.
On a currency, or each country, or so I started with the foundation. There is a great need for digitization of currency. There is no need for hard currency anymore. And then whether that is the hegemony of the dollar or the hegemony of three different vehicles, we'll see how the market all plays out. I mean, some of the suggestions that you just brought up is more political, and I'm trying to focus on the social need of why we need digital currency. So I'm a very large believer of a stable coin type of currency, not a Bitcoin, a stable coin that is based on a currency, or each country or a country creates a digitization of that.
You could have a basket of currencies, right?
Or you could create, that would be a fantastic vehicle, a basket of a world currency. That could work out too, but obviously that represents a lot of issues. What are the role of banking in that? Who plays that role? Who knows who's doing all the transactions? So you have a lot of privacy issues. So I'm not trying to suggest these are easy solutions, but I do believe the backdrop of what is going on with Ukraine and Russia, and the role of the U.S. dollar and sanctions, I think it's just going to accelerate the conversation of the utilization of some form of digitization of a currency. So I started with a...
So he doesn't think that. He knows that's going to accelerate. He knows that those factors are going to accelerate the conversation. Like, he doesn't think that. He knows that. Again, this dude has the POTUS and, you know, the Federal Reserve and probably the United States Treasury, you know, right? All on speed dial, right? When this dude calls, they answer, right? So just remember, he did some bailing out with his fund. He did some bailing out of governments, right? So it's a very, very powerful guy, largest assets under management, I believe, of anyone, right? So when he talks, people certainly do listen, right? They certainly do listen. And the USDC stablecoin is just in the front running, right? I mean, I think someone said $54 billion. I believe Kevin O'Leary said that with USDC in circles. So they're doing a really good job. And here's the thing, USDC is, right, they got someone they can call, right? So, you know, regulators and the powers that be, when something is perhaps not working right, they can go and give someone a call, right, at Circle. So that's massive. Without question, that is massive, massive, massive. So USDC is just like the big time front runner when it comes to stable coins. XRP Ledger, in my opinion, is going to be the front runner in terms of interoperability, in terms of moving anything of value. Just let us not forget that the XRP Ledger, thanks to David Schwartz, the XRP Ledger can move anything of value, anything, say that again, anything of value. You just pick a thing that has some value. Pick gold, pick another crypto, pick real estate, pick oil, doesn't matter. The XRP Ledger can move anything of value in 3 to 4 seconds for less than a penny. That's the bottom line. All right, guys, that wraps up my XRP Daily News in around 0 to 10 minutes. I am going to end this video like I do all of my freaking videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win.
We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.